my beautiful social media. So I have a pretty cool topic today. I'm just gonna go right into it because I'm actually pretty excited to talk about this one. So somebody had asked me the other day, when we were in one of these groups, and the topic we spoke about was what are some of the things you've had to unlearn having your own business or being an entrepreneur. And I actually thought that would make a really, really good video to talk about because nobody talks about it. Unless you're open and honest and you know some people who are like that, nobody wants to talk about it. So I thought, well, why not? Let's bring it to my YouTube and obviously get everyone's opinion on it and, you know, their kind of experiences too. So to keep me going on track, because obviously everybody knows how I like to waffle on, and if you don't, I like to waffle on. So I've actually made like little notelets that are going to keep me on track, because actually I've got a few. So the first one of the things that I actually had to unlearn was accepting what comes your way, or also known as this is fate. That's one of the hardest ones actually. There's a couple of hard ones, but that's one of my hardest ones, was because being in business since December last year, so call it about 9 months now. There's a lot of things that I've gone through. Some of them obviously I've spoke about on my YouTube channel. Some of them I've probably just mentioned a couple of comments here and there, and I haven't really brought it to my YouTube yet. But there are a good couple of ups and downs that I actually have had, and it really shapes who you are. And that is one of them. And a biggest one from that is being able to overcome blips that may occur. Because a lot of the time, you know, you kind of grow up. I know in some cultures, obviously, you grow up thinking, oh, well, this is fate, what's meant to be is what it's supposed to be. And sometimes that is actually not the case when it comes to business. So that's technically one of them. And it is just being able to have solutions to any problems that will arise. And me personally, that's one that I've really, really grown on. I could do it beforehand, but it wasn't very complex. I wasn't thinking about complex stuff like how I am now. So it is when you have something that it affects you personally as well as your business, it's right, how do you take the emotion out and rationalize and actually have a solution to a problem. So yes, that was one of them, was accepting what comes your way, or fate. The second one, it's the biggest one, all work and no play. No. Okay, so I get it, right? So do you know, with having your own business, this is one of the cons I feel of a business, is when you work for someone else, it's full-time work. It's literally Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, or 8 till 4, whatever your hours are, but the standard Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. When you have your own business, that goes out the door. That actually goes out the door. It's never that. You're never set to work in those hours, because you're always wanting to keep on top of emails, keeping on top of messages that come through, making sure content's being posted out, making sure your stock levels are okay, you know, updating stock levels if needs be, you know, sorting out like stuff with suppliers maybe out of those hours. There are so many things, and a big one for me is social media, because I'm having to control all of my social media at the same time on at least 5 different platforms on a daily basis. That was me before. I've actually changed that now. Now I post every other day. Sometimes it will be every day if I'm running a promotion or a new product. But if not, it is literally every other day. Why? Because I'm learning to take the time out. If I'm working, say, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I'm doing like from 9 till 9 at night, they're 12-hour days. And it's like, where do you have your you time? Where do you have your downtime? So that's one of the biggest ones that I actually wanted to talk about. And it's actually having your weekends off as well. I've now implemented that. Before I wouldn't. Now I implement, unless I'm running a promotion, now I implement as weekends. No, like I'll be fulfilling orders Friday night at the latest, but the weekend is now my time, just because otherwise you literally have no life. Your life revolves around your business, and I get it, it's your baby, but it's one of those things, you don't know where you're going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 50 years down the line, whether your business is still going or not. So I always say, while you're still young and you can still do stuff, do stuff. Third one is, keep trying till you succeed. I hate that. Part of having a business is knowing when to call it quits. It's not about failure. It's nothing about failure. And I've had to learn that the hard way with some things. Once again, when I had to overcome my blips, that I had very early on, to the point I had my first blip probably in the first month of my business, and it was a major blip as well. And it's being able to, one, stop being such a perfectionist, because I'm a huge perfectionist, and it is having to put that aside and look at it from a business head point of view, and be like, okay, if that is not going to work, or something's not working out with the supplier, or whatever it may be for your business, it is just call it quits. It's fine. Revisit it if you can later on down the line. If you can't, it's fine. There's always going to be something else that pops up. But yeah, it's the whole keep trying till you succeed. What do you want to do? Burn out? Like, no. Having your own business is not about that. It's literally, no, I won't go any more into that because it's going to turn into a rant. I don't want it to be. It's supposed to be productive. The fourth one is perception matters. Perception matters. No, it don't. So one thing I love about my brand is I'm changing the perception that is around it. There is still a lot of stigma. There is a lot of people who have really negative opinions about stuff. That's fine. But try and understand it, and be a little bit more open-minded as to what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and try and see it from those people's point of view, rather than I don't understand it, so I hate it kind of thing. You know what, I get it. Society is one of those things, it has a norm. There's a lot of people trying to break out that norm. I am one of those people, and it is hard. It's hard work, and I see it on a daily basis with people around, still on my social media, still when I'm in networking meetings, and it is just one of those things. It takes time and work, but to be honest, it's yeah, okay, we'll leave it as that. So another one is overnight success. Oh my god. Okay, this is another big one. They're all big ones to me, for God's sake. But this is another big point. Is before I went into business, I remember having this conversation with one of my friends, and they were on about, because they wanted to start their own business, and it was something slightly niche. I've seen it done before, but it's not a big booming business. It was just something that somebody had started and it kind of fizzled out. So she thought, oh, okay, it'll be great to do something along those lines. And she expected literally overnight success. She expected it to be, that's it, once I launch, I'm going to be promoting it everywhere. It's going to be amazing. Obviously, I'm getting my stuff for cheap, so I can sell it for a lot, for so much more. I'll be making a huge profit. I'll be like a millionaire by the end. I was like, whoa, slow down. The first thing you need to know is, one, you need to get real. Two, this is not going to be an overnight success. It's going to be hard work. It's going to be consistency. It's just going to be everything she said, but the opposite, basically. And it's one thing I learned as well. It's amazing when your brand first starts because it's new, it's exciting, it's what is all this about. But when you actually settle down, the excitement of it settles down as well, and you'll constantly have to keep stuff out there. That is your true testing point. So coming back to my friend, she started it. It was great. She was getting orders in. Next thing you know, it died down after a month. Because it was all brand new, exciting, everybody bought. For her to keep it up, she didn't want to be consistent. She didn't want to keep posting every day. She, not even every day, like every week. It was just very sporadic. And it was just, she burnt out really quickly, and then she's like, yeah, okay, I've had my overnight success, like I don't want to carry on. And that is the thing that a lot of people don't understand, is you're not going to be a millionaire overnight. It's one of those things, no matter how niche it is, there's a lot of hard work, preparation, a lot of tears and sweat, and maybe some blood, depending on what your product is or what your business is about. But honest to God, it's one of those things that so many people don't understand until you're in it. Every day can be a roller coaster. You can have some amazing days and you can have some really bad days, and some in between as well. So it's just, this is one of those real videos I want to put out there to say business isn't all that great sometimes. Like, I've had points where I did it in one of my anxiety videos that I posted on YouTube, saying I've had thoughts as to, do I still carry this on? What am I doing this for? And I keep getting reminded every day, and that is my drive. That is my motivation. That is just my pure passion, is I see how many people I'm helping. So that's my thing. But so many people I know don't have that. And that's one of the biggest things, is they think money will be the driving factor, money will be the motivation. No, if that is it, don't do it. Just don't do it. There's so much more to business than money. And that's my perception to it. I know so many other people won't agree, but that's how I feel, is you need to have the love and the passion and the motivation and everything else behind you, and the money should come second, if anything. If money is your first and foremost goal, I mean, fair play to you, cool, but that may not last. So yeah, I'm gonna stop there. But anyway, so that was some of the ones I actually kind of wanted to touch upon, because they're the ones I've actually gone through myself, and still going through to this day. But it's one of those, you know what, you've got to constantly keep changing your mindset as well. You can't ever be settled, because there's never growth, and you can never learn when you're settled. It's once I become settled, that's it. I know that's my next learning curve, to be like, right, how can I make this business bigger and better than what it is? I mean, to be honest, my business is amazing as it is, and I love my brand to bits. I absolutely love my brand to bits, but there's always ways that I can improve it to be bigger and better and become, I mean, it's kind of global already, but expand so much more. So yeah, so I'm gonna leave it on that happy note, because yeah, cool, why not? So yeah, so this is one of many videos to come, because I'm now on a roll to get some more content out for you guys. But I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you do relate to some, or you have your own, like, you know what, please feel free to comment. I would love to hear some of the things that you've had to unlearn in your journey as well, because you never know, I actually might relate, or it might be something like, well, I've not gone through it myself, but I may in the future. So it's, what did you go through and how did you overcome? So for now, I will say bye and see you guys soon.